guys, and welcome back to another video. Today I am going to be taking you through the Autumn-Winter 2014 collections. I know we're not yet in Autumn-Winter 2014, but the shows just happened last month. Well, they finished at the beginning of March. So they were on for 4 weeks. So I'm going to go through New York, then London, then Milan, then Paris. And I'm just going to basically show you my favourite collections. So I'm not going to be showing every collection, just basically my favourite collection from each day in each of the cities. I'm not going to go through trends. I'm going to leave that till nearer the time and I'll do like a trend report. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. So if you missed Fashion Week, this will be a good recap for you. And if you didn't watch it, then you get to see it all over again. So I'm just going to get straight into it because it's going to be a long one. So starting in New York, day one, my favourite collection was Marissa Webb. I'm going to be inserting photos so you can see what I'm talking about. So yeah, Marissa Webb, she was very fresh and preppy, is how I would describe it. If I'm looking over here, I'm looking at images of the collections. It wasn't like old school traditional preppy. It was quite edgy, I think, with like the messy hair and the mini skirts, but it was also kind of workwear, so you could wear it to work. It was very wearable. That's what I love about any collection, is the wearability. Can you wear it? If it's a yes, then it gets a thumbs up. If you can't wear it, then I'm sorry, but you get a thumbs down. So yeah, I really like this. It's wearable, it's kind of edgy workwear, and yeah, fresh. Day two was Jason Wu. I love saying his name. Yeah, I just absolutely love this collection. It was very, very luxurious. A lot of greys, a lot of silks. It was like being transported to Milan. It was just very, very luxurious. The fabrics he used were just gorgeous. As you can see, like the way they like just fell around the body, it was just so beautiful. Yeah, it was all about silks and velvets. Very classy, very sophisticated, but also quite seductive in places with like the cutaway in the dresses and things. I just absolutely loved that collection. So wearable as well. You would just look $1 million in it. Day three was Adeam. Now, I hadn't heard of Adeam before, so this is the first time I'd seen them, but I was very, very impressed. They didn't have a wow factor as such, but they had a lot of good basics and staples that are going to like stay in your wardrobe forever. So that's what I really liked about them. There was some standout pieces. My personal favourite piece was the fur jacket that had the kind of structured shoulders and it was kind of cropped. I thought that was just really, really beautiful and different from usually the oversized fur coats that you see. Now moving on to day four, and that was Victoria Beckham. I love Victoria Beckham. I just think she's just such a shock to the fashion industry. You would never have thought a Spice Girl would be up there, a huge fashion designer, like hugely respected in the industry. So yeah, I really, really liked this collection. It was different though from her previous collections. It was kind of like all about a gold chain. She had a gold chain featuring on many of her pieces that kind of really gave it an edge and a rough attitude that Victoria Beckham isn't usually known for in her collections. But this kind of rough attitude or rough look was kind of counteracted by a lot of ruffles and kind of sheer silk, soft, feminine kind of materials. So that kind of balanced it out. But it was definitely a new direction for Miss VB in her autumn-winter collection. But I think a really nice, a good direction for her to go in. Now, day five. I was very impressed by The Row. Again, I've not heard of this designer. And with this designer, it's definitely a case of comfort comes first. Well, with this collection anyway. There was a lot of bear-like lounge pants and jumpers, and even like the coats were like dressing gowns. So this would be perfect for all you people out there that really don't care about too much about style. Like, you definitely have comfort first. If you're pregnant, this would be awesome. And yeah, really, who cares about looking uber chic when you'd be this comfortable? I mean, oh, you just want to sleep in this. You just wear it to your bed during the day, you just wouldn't ever have to take it off. Perfect. Day 6 was one of my favourite designers showing, Jenny Packman. I mean, she is just amazing. Like, her clothing is just so beautiful, so luxurious. The beadwork, I've never seen beadwork done like that from any other designer. The red carpet dresses she creates are just literally the best I've ever seen. If I was like a celebrity and had to go on a red carpet, I would hands down wear a Jenny Packman dress. Now this collection was very glam, very luxe, but again, it had a surprising element of a lot of two pieces. Usually, you know, she's not known for her two pieces as much as her red carpet gowns, but oh my gosh, it was so good. A lot of actually two pieces that you could wear to work as well, so it wasn't just all about the total glam party scene. Yeah, it was just a really good collection. I loved the feather skirt she did with the kind of sheer blue top. Really good. One of the best I've seen from Jenny Packman. Day 7 was a bit of a crazy day. It was Jeremy Scott and Betsy Johnson. I couldn't really choose between them for craziness. Again, I would not wear either of these collections, so no wearability, but I just loved them for their craziness. First of all, Jeremy Scott had a very American football theme. It was all about American football with these like kind of laced up boots and jumpers with stripes and numbers on them. And then Betsy Johnson was just crazy. This is how I used to dress when I was 5. Not like even going outside when I was 5, just dressing up in my dress up box when I was 5. Crazy clash of colours and materials, and yeah, not a lot of people would look, I think, particularly good in this, but hey, it's fashion, it's crazy. I just thought it was really fun, and I had to show you guys. So day 8, final day of New York. My favourite, without a doubt, this is the favourite collection from New York, and one of my favourites from the whole fashion week, Ralph Lauren. Now, I am not a Ralph Lauren fan. He's quite American, traditional, you know, like tweed blazer jackets with straight leg trousers and the little hats that he does. It's very traditional, and which is fine, but just not my thing. But oh my god, this collection was amazing. The pastels that he used, the colour palette, it was like going into like creams, into mauve, into greys, into pinks. It was just like this amazing winter wonderland. I absolutely loved it. It was also, he also created the perfect balance for a woman's body. He would use these like kind of baggy, loose-fitting coats and jumpers, but then pair it with like the skinniest of thigh-high suede boots, and it just looked so chic. Like, honestly, I swear to God, this is like one of the best collections I have seen in a long time from any designer. I'm just in love. So yeah, that was New York. Moving on to London. Day 1 in London was the London College of Fashion. And again, not a huge level of wearability, but I just chose this collection because the talent, the way they were using fabrics, the intricate detailing, just the way they were putting things together, I was really impressed with. There was 100 looks, and within that I counted about 11 different themes, because even though it was all different people creating these looks, I could still identify like themes and kind of like mini collections within the one big collection. And my favourite within that was like the shape and kind of structured section, where it was like all about these like dresses that would billow out at the hips and then really structured shoulders. And yeah, as I say, it was a huge element of wearability, but I could just see the talent and you know, the talent that was required to create these pieces, and it just shows what a bright future British fashion has. If this is the, you know, the future designers, yeah, it's looking very good. Now day 2 was definitely wearable, but you know, only if you are kind of like Jenny Packman, you know, you need to go on the red carpet or something, or you have a very, very glamorous party. But these dresses by Julien Macdonald are so sexy. Like, they are just, they have Milan written all over it, and I love that he shows in London, because he just brings some of that, because London's not known for its luxury and glamour as such when it comes to fashion week. It's more known for its creativity and things like that. But this is just so glamorous, so seductive, stunning. Like, the collection was based around silvers, gold, bronze and blacks, and all these like shimmering materials. Amazing detailing with skin tight dresses, with sheer material, plunging necklines, thigh high splits, all that sexy stuff. And yeah, the models were just like golden goddesses, and who does not want to look like a golden goddess? I know I do. Day 3, Topshop Unique, yay, hurrah for the high street. I do love Topshop Unique. I always watch their show. It always pulls in the big stars. Anna Wintour was there, Poppy Delevingne, Kendall Jenner, Kate Moss, Philip Green of course was there. So much going on in this collection. I couldn't really, you know, pick out a theme as such. It was just so much. But the highlights for me were, there was suede knee-high boots that just looked gorgeous, camel coloured coats, that were kind of half wool, half fur. Haven't really seen that before. And also a yellow zip-up leather skirt, which I know may sound disgusting, but I really liked it. And you never know, there may be a time where you need to wear a leather zip-up skirt. You never know. Day 4, Burberry. Oh my gosh, one of the best collections I've seen from Burberry. But I say that every season about Burberry. Last season was amazing, and I really, really like this. Even though it's like, it was very earthy, and that's not really, you know, I don't really go for earthy bohemian style, but I really, really liked it. It was, as I said, very earthy, chic. A lot of the looks had scarves, beautiful scarves draped down the models' necks, but they were tied in at the waist with the belt, and I just thought that was really different, but really accentuated like the female body. So yeah, there was a lot of mustards, teals, burgundies, a lot of layering and abstract print, but it was just so beautiful. The materials just draped off the body. It was just really, really nice. It was like sheer silks, but with a kind of lace pattern. It was just stunning. Very tribal, but very, very, very wearable. Just stunning. I absolutely love this collection. And Christopher Bailey just puts on such a theatrical show. I will link the video actually to this collection, because it was just such a theatrical show. It was just like being at the theatre. I would have loved to have been there. The atmosphere would have been electric. So yeah, I will link that below. Day 5 in London, last day in London. My 2 favourite collections, I couldn't really choose, was KTZ and then Barbara Casasola. And I really liked both collections for different reasons. First of all, KTZ was very, very all about the powerful women. It was punky, it was rebellious, it was very religious as well, you know, it was covered in crosses, and it's kind of this balance against evil and good, with the kind of the dark blacks, and then against the white innocent. So yeah, it was very kind of good versus evil. I liked it though. It was very, if you're feeling rebellious, put some of this on. Then Barbara Casasola, if I'm saying that right, she was kind of the opposite. She was all about chic, simple lines, neutral colour palette, but with shots of colour, with bright colour. And she also used kind of daring sheer fabric. I loved she used like a dark purple skirt paired with a dark purple sheer top, and it just looked amazing. I really, really liked that. I'm not sure again how wearable that would be, but it was very eye-catching anyway. It definitely popped out and shone on the catwalk. Now moving on to Milan, and day one was Gucci, and I would say this is my favourite show from Milan. Gucci, it was just amazing, and I'm not a huge fan of Gucci. I mean, you know, they do lovely pieces, but this whole collection was gorgeous. Best ever Gucci show I've seen, hands down. But it was very understated glamour, which, you know, isn't Gucci. Again, Gucci's all about glamour in your face. But this was very understated. There's a lot of pastels, but mixed with monochrome. A lot of leather, which pastel leather is just, oh, so beautiful, so stunning. Just because you get a lot of structure with leather, and paired with the pastel colours, because sometimes black leather can be, you know, you can't really dress it up softly, but pastel leather, oh my god, so feminine. A lot of formal styling again with this collection, but then a lot of beadwork, which, you know, up the glam factor. Yeah, there's a lot of crystallized beading that was used. But I think the show was very classy, very wearable, and she had pieces that could be worn to work, but also your nighttime pieces as well. So a brilliant collection from Gucci, and my favourite from Milan. However, moving on to day two was Fendi, and I simply chose this collection because of one thing: the mini Karl Lagerfeld doll bag. And that's all I'm going to say about this. So day three was Emporio Armani. I love Armani. He's known kind of, I would say, for doing the same thing every season, but people love that because that's what he's known for, and he's great at it. The tailoring, he's like the best tailor. But yeah, this collection was a little bit different. It was very fresh, monochrome, because he incorporated a lot of aqua blue and silver into it, and it just looked so fresh on the white catwalk. Very modern, but paired with Armani's classic tailoring. He had giant bowler hats, which bowler hats he's known for as well, but these were kind of giant ones. He used a lot of satinized fabrics, which really just reflected the femininity and the Italian luxury. So yeah, it was kind of like a reinvention of Armani, a very modern reinvention of Emporio Armani. Day four was Emilio Pucci, and it was very bohemian rock star glam. I really liked the embellished dresses with the knee-high boots, but it was also counteracted with the earthy tones of maxi dresses, which again, very wearable. A lot of sexy pieces, again, because it's Italy, that's what you're going to get when you go to Italy, and we're not complaining. So yeah, a beautiful collection which would appeal to kind of both opposite ends of the spectrum, the hippie and the rock star. Now moving on to day five, Dolce and Gabbana. I can never say that without giving it a little bit of a sing-song. Dolce and Gabbana, one of my favourite collections. They were my favourite from Milan last season. They're just such a flawless brand. They're always perfect. No other way to describe it. And this collection they're always very themed as well. They always stick to a theme and do it so well. So this theme was fairy tale. They had Little Red Riding Hood coat. They had woodland prints. They had a lot of head armour, like from medieval castle times. And they also had a lot of key prints, like actual keys, but like antique style, like, you know, the key that would unlock the dungeon where the princess was being kept. That's how I imagined it anyway. So yeah, it was very fairy tale themed, but again, it was wearable. It was definitely wearable, and it definitely had a fun element to it with the woodland prints and things. So a beautiful collection. Day 6 in Milan was Giorgio Armani. So this was his second appearance with his more high-end brand. And I love it. Crimped hair is back. It was very, very idyllic, this collection. I called it a tropical waters on a rainy day because it had a lot of grey in it, but mixed in between that grey was a lot of lime green and minty green. And the way the colours went into each other, they just rolled into each other, they blended very well, and it almost resembled waves, I thought. It was very, very stunning. Again, he had workwear elements to it, and he also had the kind of glam side of things with like beautiful beaded dresses, but he stuck to that colour scheme really throughout the whole collection, and I thought it was stunning. It was very, very fresh again. Quite similar to Emporio Armani, his earlier collection in the week. So he was definitely feeling very fresh and modern this season. So that was Milan, and I'm now going to talk about the last week in the fashion calendar for AW14, and that's Paris. So day 1 in Paris. My favourite collection was Jacquemus, and it was the first time I'd heard of Jacquemus, and I just loved his shapes. I thought they were so much fun. It wasn't hugely wearable, but he had brilliant colour contrast. He had my favourite colour really throughout the collection, which is this kind of bluey, pastel lilac tone. He had very quirky designs. With bulky shaping and very bold use of materials, with a lot of sheer materials being used, a lot of kind of odd structures. But I just thought it was fun, and I thought it was very brave of him to show that at Paris. You would normally see a collection like that, I think, more in London. So I felt very brave of him to show that in Paris. And I'll definitely be keeping an eye out for Jacquemus next season. Day 2 favourite collection was Christophe Lemaire. No colour and no pattern was used really in this collection. He really pared it back, which made it very wearable, but it wasn't boring. It was like slouchy workwear is how I would describe this collection. A lot of layering of warm fabrics, which is what we want to hear for winter. And I think the high sheet will definitely copy this styling. There was a kind of a lot of clots, a lot of baggy blazers, a lot of really thick scarves, and kind of below the knee baggy shorts. But worn with tights, which is just like, you know, what everyone wants to hear. It's really warm, it's really comfortable, but it looked really chic. And I definitely think it's the kind of thing that Zara, Whistles and Cause would copy. So have a look out for that if you really like this styling. Now day 3 was Balmain, one of my favourite designers in the world. And he's also paired up with Rihanna. Rihanna's kind of like the new face of Balmain, which is just a match made in heaven. That is the definition of a match made in heaven, is Balmain and Rihanna. I mean, you're just never gonna get two more perfect things in the world to combine. And this collection was really good. It was different though to what you usually see from Balmain. Like the colour scheme was quite different. It was very khaki with monochrome, with bright primary colours, but the bright primary colours were very earthy. It was like oranges and yellows. So I definitely think there's like an earthy kind of bohemian theme going throughout these autumn winter collections. There's a lot of intricate detailing and layering in the Balmain collection, but with one-off techniques like the rope top, a top completely made out of rope, which may not be so practical with showing, you know, your chest. It was very kind of showy, revealing is the word I'm looking for. But yeah, it was still very iconic Balmain with the cinched in waists, the peplum detail and the structured shoulders, which is just what you identify with Balmain. I can identify a dress straight away. I just know if it's Balmain because it's usually got that cinched in waist or the peplum or the structured shoulders. Its various collections, very all or nothing. It's all about power. So I would say embrace the power. Day 4, Dior. Oh my gosh, one of my favourite collections from Paris. He really pared this back. Raf Simons, last collection, his spring-summer 2014 collection was very kind of, I thought there was just too much going on. It was very floral and like this huge kind of backdrop of flowers, and I don't know, I just thought it was too much going on. Sometimes it's better if they just pared it right back. And it was pared right back. The catwalk and the backdrop were completely white, and this was very, very iconic Dior. It was classic tailoring, again a lot of monochrome, primary bright colours. There was no pattern though, everything was kind of blocked colours. And I also loved, he featured a peplum scarf, so the scarf was really long and it had a peplum at the end. So I'm just wondering if that's going to be a craze that's going to take off soon. Ultimately though, this was a very, very sophisticated Dior collection, and it really harks back to what the Dior women used to look like. Day 5 was Vivienne Westwood, and I really loved this collection. It was very... Well, I was pleasantly surprised by it because I don't usually like Vivienne Westwood. She's usually very out there, and the makeup certainly was very out there. It was tribal, but you know, it was very... Really, you're not going to wear it, like, you know what I mean, unless you're a hardcore Vivienne Westwood fan and you're like a kind of dress up party or something, I don't know, but you just wouldn't really wear this on normal day to day. But the clothing, some of it was wearable. It had a very workwear feel, which I don't see from Vivienne Westwood often. So I really liked it, and there was a stunning bridal dress at the end, which was stunning. Day 6, Chloé. Now Chloé and Balmain are my two favourite like designers from every designer in the world. I absolutely love them. Chloé is just so wearable. She has such a relaxed attitude, the Chloé girl. They talk about that a lot. Are you a Chloé girl? I want to be a Chloé girl. So yeah, it's all about a relaxed attitude. It's very wearable, luxe colour palette. A lot of nudes, pastels, burgundies. It's really, this collection was a lesson also in animal print. She doesn't often do animal print. Claire Waite-Keller is the creative director of Chloé, and she, you know, there's not a lot of animal print in Chloé, which I think is a good thing. But this was really a lesson how you do it. She kept it fresh and she mixed it with like cream long coats and pinky nudes, and it was just so, so chic. There was also a lot of gold embellishment. So that's a first for Chloé as well, near the end. So kind of a bit more, bit more formal, and a bit more glam. But again, still wearable. She just really knows the female body, Chloé, or you know, Claire Waite-Keller. The brand is just getting better and better, I think. And I really want to be a Chloé girl. Maybe one day. But day 7 was Elie Sabb, and I always say Elie Sabb and Jenny Packman are very similar. They create, and a bit like Julien Macdonald, these beautiful red carpet gowns. And this Elie Sabb collection was no different. It had gorgeous, gorgeous gowns, but these colours were sensational, very, very, very suitable for winter, because there was a lot of blacks going into burgundies and a lot of, again, pink nudes but mixed with blacks, so really, really hitting home the autumn winter feel, with a lot of fur, a lot of work pieces again, but just really, really dark jewel tones, but with simple flattering tailoring, as I say, with that hint of fur. And yeah, just very, very glamorous and very, very sexy again, just really seductive and flattering to the female body. Day 8 was Chanel, and Chanel, oh my god, it was crazy. It was like supermarket chic. Rihanna was there, of course, and wearing Chanel, of course. And yeah, it was an amazing setting. It was a supermarket, and all the models and this, like Rihanna, the celebrities, were going around the supermarket and getting pictures taken. But for the actual collection, it was very fun, it was relaxed, it was quirky. She featured trainers with tight leggings, and then with classic, he featured trainers with tight leggings. So it was very different for Chanel, but even the trainers had the kind of classic Chanel boucle sewn into them, if you like. And yeah, even though it was kind of fun and quirky and a bit out there for Chanel, it was still the classic boucle and the quilted coat. So you could definitely tell, you know, a mile off this was a Chanel collection, but it was very, very fun and quirky, and I really liked it. And Rihanna just looked amazing in her trainers and her, I think it was like a two-piece, I think it was a top and skirt she wore. I'll put a picture in just now. I just thought she looked stunning. I think trainers are really becoming a thing now within Fashion Week, and especially Chanel. Karl Lagerfeld is loving trainers. So obviously the rest of the fashion world do, of course, as well, what he says. Day 9, last day in Paris and last day of Fashion Week, and my favourite collection was Miu Miu. Very sporty and ready for the rain. She had a lot of like kind of coats, raincoats, and that kind of PVC plastic material, not PVC, plastic material. A lot of contrasting bright colours, a lot of quilted jackets and gilets and skirts. Quilted was definitely a thing. And also a highlight for me from the collection was the neon plastic ankle boots with bows. I mean, best shoes, yeah, I'd say. Not wearable, but they were very fun, very quirky, and they just really made me smile. So that is Fashion Week. That is the whole of all the collection, all my favourite collections from New York, London, Milan and Paris. I've done a blog post for New York, London, Milan and Paris, so I will link all the 4 posts below, so you can check those out, because all the pictures will be there with like what I thought of each collection. So I'll link that below for you to check out. Please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for lots more kind of fashion and beauty videos. I've also got a careers video coming up next, which is very, very exciting. If you want to get into the fashion industry, if you want to get into PR, then definitely check out that video and subscribe to my channel. I hope you enjoyed that. I know it was a ramble, I know it was really long, but yeah, I hope if you stayed with me, then well done. And yeah, I think autumn winter 2014 is looking very promising, and I almost can't wait, but we definitely have spring summer to come first. So yes, I will leave it there. Okay guys, have a lovely day whatever you're doing. I will see you in my next one. Bye.